I fell in love with a girl who never liked me back, and I wasted 2 years of my life because of it. Here is my story, and I hope it resonates with all of the 14, 15, 16-year-old ambitious young men out there who are held back by addictions such as porn addiction. So 2 years ago, I'm sitting in history class, I'm in middle school, and I look across the room and I see this beautiful Asian girl with silky black hair. She had a cute smile, and she reminded me of Lara Jean from this movie I watched when I was younger. And the moment I set eyes on her, I fell in love. That was the first time I ever fell in love. We had an assignment to do together for history, and we needed a way to communicate, so I asked her for her Snapchat. At the beginning, we were texting each other very frequently. I'd send her text message, she'd reply 30 minutes later. But something strange happened after a few days of us texting. She started texting me less. I'd send her a message, she'd leave me on scene multiple times, and she'd reply back 1 hour later, 2 hours later. And it got to the point where I was like, does this girl really like me? So I started obsessing over her, thinking about her every single day, day and night. And I remember this one day I was laying in bed with my phone beside me, waiting for her to send me a message back. 1 hour passes, no message. 6 hours, nothing. A full day, and she ignores me. Then I sent her a message that was my absolute downfall. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I asked her, do you like me? And she starts typing back immediately. Okay, this could be a good sign. Maybe she was waiting to tell me she liked me back for all these weeks, right? And then she drops the bomb. Hey Sadiq, I wanted to make sure you know that I don't like you. I don't know what my friends told you or if you got the wrong idea, but I wanted to make sure we're on the same page. Ouch. You know, that was my first heartbreak. It broke my heart. Turns out she liked the tall, confident, and charismatic guy in my class who played basketball and had like muscles and stuff. Not the skinny kid who was desperate for a girlfriend, that he spent all this time thinking about girls rather than going about his life and building himself up first. If you're watching this and you're a 14, 15, 16-year-old guy on self-improvement, you need to forget about that girl at your school who you're always thinking about and invest all of your time and money into yourself. You probably come home from school, complete a few chores for your parents, but for the rest of the day, you're bored. So you go on your phone and you check Snapchat and Instagram and you start feeling lonely and you really want a girlfriend. And you've convinced yourself that if you talk to that 10 out of 10 girl in your school who everyone else is attracted to, then you can get her, but you're too scared to approach her. You keep thinking about this girl day and night. Maybe you check her stories on Instagram and you imagine yourself with her. Most guys will chase girls like that. And I'm sorry to say that you're one of them. And that used to be me. I regret wasting all that time focusing on that girl. I could have been the tall, confident, and charismatic guy that took that girl from me. And most guys don't know this dark truth about the dating world, which is that when you're chasing a girl, she's looking at you with a magnifying glass, focusing on all of your flaws, focusing on all the reasons why you may not be good enough for her. Because when you can get something, what's the natural reaction? It's, do I want it? I know I can get it, but do I want to have it? And those 10 out of 10 girls will reject you because you're missing a lot of important qualities as a guy. And I know you're not good enough for her and you really want to talk to her, but you're too scared to do it. Let me tell you this. I've approached 10, 20, 30 girls before, maybe more, I'm not sure. But what I've noticed is the reason most guys are too afraid to approach girls is because they know she's going to reject them. You know she's going to reject you. And you know she will reject you because you don't think you're good enough for that 10 out of 10 girl. You're not fit. Maybe you still watch porn and are addicted to social media. You might have acne and you probably can't talk to a girl and make the conversation flow. I get it. To be honest, I still don't know how to make a conversation flow. But my point is, you don't want to be the guy that's chasing the girl. And if that's you, you shouldn't cold approach girls because it's a waste of time. The most valuable thing you have as a young man is your time. And you can either spend that time focusing on the 10 out of 10 girl at your school and run around the mall cold approaching girls to build confidence. And maybe if you're lucky, you get a mediocre girlfriend who vapes and she has a mean attitude. Or you can spend that time getting strong and charismatic. Because whether you like it or not, you're gonna find that 10 out of 10 girl who everyone else is giving attention to, hugging the bicep of the strong and charismatic guy at school who didn't even try to date that girl, who didn't even try and cold approach her. He was just simply existing with his clothes hugging his muscles. And now, I'm not in my prime physique, I'm not in the best physique, but at least I'm working towards it and documenting my journey. I want to inspire you guys. That's what I want to teach you guys right now. But my point is, that guy didn't try that hard to get the girl. And the crazy thing is, he was once you. I remember working at a fast food restaurant about a year ago. I was packing the food and I saw this new co-worker there that I didn't see before. And the first thing I noticed about him were his arms. His arms were huge, big biceps, big forearms. He had veins popping out of his arms. And I had seen him before in high school, but I had never talked to him. So I asked him, "Do you go to the gym?" And he was like, "Yeah, I go to the gym." "How long have you been going for?" It was like a couple years. And I said, "What did you look like before you started going to the gym?" And he showed me a picture. He was fat, literally, in middle school. And he also mentioned he was addicted to porn for a while, and then he quit. And I just saw him the other day at school, and he was walking next to this cute girl. She was his girlfriend. Like, bro, do you see what I mean? That guy was once you. He was addicted to porn. He wasn't in the best shape. And instead of fantasizing about that random girl from school, running around the mall, cold approaching girls, or jerking off to models on Instagram, he spent his time the past year building his physique, learning charisma, which built his confidence to attract the 10 out of 10 girl that you want. He built the beautiful garden to attract the honey. That can be you. So make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications because I'm gonna be posting as much as possible. And as always, you are the master of your fate and the captain of your soul.